This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 20 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us from Terre Haute, Indiana. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us from Terre Haute, Indiana on this beautiful Wednesday evening as we have a good old-fashioned matchup tonight between the DePauw Tigers and the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology Fighting Engineers. I'm Troy Wilsine, happy to be joined this evening by Mr. Brad Pierce. And Brad, got a pretty good one on tap tonight. Rose-Hulman coming in tonight, been kind of struggling. They've only won position to make the conference tournament at the end of the year, and certainly looking to hold on to that. But a nice step out of conference tonight as they take on an old foe in DePauw.
Yeah, and it's appearing as if DePauw's kind of struggling a little bit this year too. So it's not one of their better years. I know they come into this game here with a 10-19 record, 3-7 in the NCAC conference. But you know, with baseball, it's not like the other sports. You got one pitcher that's doing well on the mound, and you can be in any game at any given point. So it's a beautiful day at the field, and hoping to see some great baseball. It looks like there could be a lot of scoring. Just kind of glancing down at our pitchers here for DePauw, Holden Biffle with a 16.20 ERA. So he appears to give up quite a few runs, and Paul Durrell for Rose-Hulman's sitting with a 6.46 ERA. So could be a lot of base runners today.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come right back with the first inning. You are listening to Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s,
Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
from 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in Central and West Central Indiana.
we are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Welcome back to Art Neff Field on the campus of the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. As Brad mentioned before we went to break, it's just a beautiful evening tonight. Barely a cloud in the sky, sitting about 60 degrees, and a pretty picturesque setting here on the south side of campus. We spend most of our time on the other side at the football field and soccer field, but when you see the cars gathered up along the highway in the early spring, then that means the fighting engineers are on the diamond down here. And Brad, players are on the field. We're getting ready to go. And as you mentioned, DePauw's struggled so far this year, especially in conference play, just 3-7. Rose-Hulman out of conference is 8-9 on the year. And then they took off, won 7 of their first 8 conference games, and that really put them in the position they're in now, because they've kind of struggled in the last 2 series. They dropped 2 of 3 to Transylvania, 2 of 3 to Franklin, but big 2-game doubleheader coming up Saturday right here at home against Anderson.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman's going to want to get back on track here. They started the season off pretty well and had a little bit of rough luck the last 2 series, but you know, if they're able to play the type of ball that they want to play today and keep the hitters off balance of DePauw, Rose-Hulman has a really good shot of coming away with the victory here this evening.
We'll take a quick look at the starting lineups first for the DePauw Tigers. Tonight they'll be wearing their black uniforms, a really classic-looking uniform. I kind of like it. It's pretty plain, but black with white numbers, and that's about all there is to it. But the Tigers will start Hunter Herbeck at catcher. He'll bat first. Carter Knoll will start at first base and bat second. Cameron Macon will be the starting shortstop. He'll bat third. Danny Glimko batting cleanup and starting in center. Right fielder Aiden Howard will bat fifth. Danny Sheehan, number 7, will be the third baseman. Lewis Florida, the designated hitter, will bat seventh. Ty Sucher, second baseman, will bat eighth. And Drew Straub will be the left fielder. He'll bat ninth, as stepping in is Hunter Herbeck. And taking the mound for the Engineers, number 40, Paul Durrell. And there's a strike call to get things going.
And that's what you want to see from your starting pitcher, is working ahead early in the count. So if he continues to do that tonight, he's going to have pretty good success.
Durrell fires one in there just a bit outside. Ball and a strike to Herbeck. Herbeck lifts one to right. Looks like it's going to be foul, but it almost tracked down by the first baseman. Not quite. Connor O'Connell couldn't quite catch up to that one.
Yeah, and Hunter Herbeck, he's really excited about that. What you don't want is outs that are given to you. Now, I know that wasn't a routine play, but he's got new life, so he's got a good outlook right now, and he's thinking he's going to maybe steal one when he could have been cut out on that last at-bat.
Herbeck, just a freshman out of Plainfield. So here's the 1-2, and that's just a bit high. So 2-2 the count. Outfield pretty much straight away. And now we've got a full count. If there's one thing that always helps, it's make that pitcher throw early on.
Absolutely.
Herbeck lifts one towards right center. Should be a routine play, and it is. That catch made by Blake Deckard. One away. That'll bring up number 24, Carter Knoll, the first baseman. Knoll, a sophomore, also from Plainfield. See classmates there with Herbeck. Swinging early.
Yeah, a little bit out in front of that one there. You know, that play we saw, just the last at-bat, you know, that looks like a routine fly ball, and it is. Looks like that one may be fouled out of play here down the third base line.
Yep.
But the thing about here at Rose-Hulman, you know, the right fielder, he's facing west. So one thing that's happening is that sun's setting, so got to kind of shield that sun, and sometimes it's a little difficult as an ex-outfielder myself, making those plays that look like they should be easy from the bleachers.
And the funny thing is, Paul Durrell's also from Plainfield, so these first two batters he's faced are former teammates of his at Plainfield High School. So
that's always fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Somebody's getting bragging rights this evening.
So far, it's Paul. That one in there for strike 3 as Null goes down looking.
Good breaking ball in the outside corner there, and as a hitter, 2 strikes. That was always my favorite time to hit because I couldn't be yelled at if I swung and missed. Now, if you swing,
you're just protected,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
Now up Cameron Macon, number 3. Macon, a junior from St. Louis. He takes one in the dirt. On the season, Macon batting .321. 20 RBIs, 2 homers. As he puts one back to Durrell, and a pretty easy first inning for the Engineers. 1, 2, 3. We'll head to the bottom of the first. You're watching Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Your all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an all-pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one all-pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
Bottom of the first inning coming up. Rose-Hulman and Paul Durrell look pretty good there in the top half.
Yeah, he did. You know, again, it goes back to just being able to get the ball across the plate and letting your defense take care of you. So he did that. He'd got a strikeout himself. So right now he seems to be taking care of business.
These two teams met twice last year. DePauw winning both matchups, 12-8 and 10-5. Before that, though, Rose-Hulman won 7 of 8, and they do lead the all-time series 24-22, at least here in Terre Haute, that is. So all-time, DePauw does hold the edge 52-38 over Rose. Hopefully they can knock one back in the win column here tonight. So.
You know, as we look out over the field, one thing I love about this field, Rose-Hulman definitely knows how to manicure their baseball field. It looks almost like a minor league park. It's very well kept. I don't
we
think
always
you're going
talk
to get too
about.
many. Sorry, go ahead.
No, we always talk about the facilities here at Rose. You know, the upgrades they've made to the football stadium over at Cook Stadium, the soccer and the turf they've got over there, and the baseball field's no different. It's just immaculate condition, and it's a really fun place to come watch a ball game.
Yeah, it looks like you get a lot of good true hops here. You're not going to expect anything bad.
Cade Klein, the hometown boy, fouls one off. He's a former Terre Haute South Brave. Klein batting .336 on the season as he takes strike 2.
That's a good 0-1 pitch on the outside corner there.
Oh, Biffle nails Klein right in the small of the back.
Yeah, that's not going to make you happy as a pitcher. You're ahead 0-2, and you just end up getting a leadoff walk by beating him. So I'm sure he definitely wants that one back.
Yeah, you don't mind giving him some garbage on an 0-2, but a little much there. Up next is Coulter Coulard-Rodak, the junior from Lafayette, Colorado. And Klein's running on the first pitch. Throw down to second. He's in there.
Yeah, a little fast there, huh?
He's got some speed for sure.
I see why he's leading the team in steals right now.
So 1-0 count to Rodak, and now with a runner in scoring position. Rodak takes one high. He's batting .269 on the year. The pitcher for DePauw, Holden Biffle, a freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina. As you mentioned, a somewhat bloated ERA coming in to this evening's action. Looking to probably knock a few points off that one.
Yeah. It's like he's got a 1-1 record for the season with 8 appearances, so.
The 2-0 to Rodak outside.
These non-conference games, you normally don't get to see, you know, obviously your best pitching because you're saving that for conference. So good for him to get out here and get some time and maybe work on some things that he felt hasn't gone his way this year.
The 3-0 low and in. That'll be a base on balls for Rodak. Runners on first and second now. As here comes Andy Krajewski, the senior from Hampshire, Illinois. Krajewski leads most of the statistical categories for Rose-Hulman, batting .350. He's got 5 homers, 23 batted in, slugging .545. You can kind of go on and on with this guy. Big opportunity here and a big swing.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get cheated on that first pitch. He's getting his hacks. I like to see that.
See just how much Biffle wants to go after him. It's that one low and away. It's a good opportunity for the Rose hitters to get some momentum. You know, they scored 15 runs last time out. You've got a pretty good opportunity to put some runs on the board tonight. Big 2-game set with Anderson coming up. You can go into that feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and that was a great, block there by Hunter Herbeck behind the dish, keeping the runners at first and second and not letting them advance to get 2 in scoring position. So you always like to have confidence in your catcher as a pitcher to throw pitches in the dirt and know that it's not going to get to the backstop. So
Krajewski fouls one off. 2-2 the count. Just 8 games remain before the HCAC tournament. Rose-Hulman currently sits in 4th in conference at 9-5. So they are, the top 6 will go to the conference tournament. So as of now, they're looking okay as there's ball 3. Franklin at 12-2. Of course, they just took 2 out of 3 from Rose. Bluffton, Transylvania, then Rose, Manchester, and Earlham currently would make up the tournament field. As Biffle steps off. Big pitch here. Full count to Krajewski. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Klein dancing around at second. Krajewski lines one to right, but it will be foul.
he did a nice job of staying inside the baseball there and not jumping out ahead of it. I mean, that ball was hit on a line opposite field, so that tells you he's got quick hands and obviously why he's leading most offensive categories for the Fighting Engineers.
Krajewski tied with Klein for the most hits on the team. He also leads the team in, of course, batting average, on base percentage, slugging. There's a drive to left center. It will be tracked down and caught, and the runners return to their bases. Drew Straub out there making the play, as that'll bring up catcher Dalton Busboom, number 24.
Yeah, and Biffle's going to be hoping he can get a ground ball here, turn a double play, and get out of this unscathed after giving the two first hitters on base.
Busboom, a junior from Ludlow, Illinois. And I'm only going to say this because I know my mom's watching right now.
Okay.
She always watches as many games as she can, you know. But from Ludlow, Illinois, there's only one other guy I know from there, and it's Al Thomas, the old sprint car driver who wasn't worth a darn, but he was a heck of a nice guy. I remember watching him at the action track chase down another driver and darn near beat him to death. There's a ground ball just like you were talking about, and they turn the double play to get out of the jam. A good job by Biffle to escape trouble in the first. We'll head to the second. Still scoreless. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
Getting ready for the second inning on a beautiful Wednesday evening here in Terre Haute. Rose-Hulman had a chance there in the bottom half, but boy, Biffle got his act together and induced the double play.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You know, if you're going to get the two first base runners on, you know, you did a great job, you know, pitching around the three-hole hitter, Krajek. Is it Krajecki? I always forget. Krajecki, yeah. He did a good job getting him out, getting out of a jam with Krajecki with as much power as he did and rolling over that ball up the middle. Getting out of the jam is definitely what they needed to get started here.
Leading off the second for DePauw will be the center fielder, number 27, Danny Glimko. As he takes one in the dirt, Glimko, a junior from Western Springs, Illinois. Glimko fouls one off. I can see my car out the window. I'm going to have to keep an eye for these foul balls tonight.
I definitely parked way down the right field line.
That one in the dirt. 2-1. Yeah, last night we had the Terre Haute North Linton game, and every time one of them went shooting over the booth, you could just kind of cringe a little bit. This one popped up. Looks like it might stay in, and the catch is made. Good grab over there. I think that was O'Connell tracked it down.
Yeah, fight off the sun. That ball was up there, so great catch by Connor O'Connell there.
That'll bring up number 1, Aiden Howard. Howard, a freshman from Portland, Oregon. 13 states and 2 countries represented on DePauw's roster. Rose-Hulman, of course, we always talk about how they get students from all over the place. 14 states represented on theirs. It's kind of cool when you get a hometown guy like Klein in there. This one lifted to center, and it will be caught.
Krajecki made that look pretty easy. Kind of caught it right by his belt.
That'll bring up Danny Sheehan, number 7. Sheehan, a senior from St. Louis. So far, pretty smooth sailing for Durrell.
Nice little curveball there to start him off with the 0-0 count. It's down in the dirt a little low there.
This one lined up the middle for a base hit. So the first hit of the game for the Tigers. as Sheehan able to turn that one around.
Yeah, kind of looked like he was sitting there waiting on a fastball, and he just missed it. He missed it on the inner third there, so I don't know if he was, just trying to get back, not fall down 2-0 in the count, and he was ready for it, ripped it right over shortstop's head. Nice piece of hitting there.
Brings up number 20, the designated hitter, Lewis, Florida. He's a freshman from Wilmette, Illinois. He rips one right at the first baseman. It's caught. A nice grab down there by O'Connell. And another quick inning for Durrell. We'll head to the bottom of the second. You're watching Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
Bottom of the second inning here in Terre Haute. We'd like to quickly thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Great Dane Trailers in Brazil, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Luce State Farm Insurance, Mossy Oak Properties, ServPro, and York Automotive. Transportation for the Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations throughout Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. So Biffle got himself out of a jam in the first. We'll see if Rose-Hulman can keep the pressure on here. As leading off the second for the Fighting Engineers is Mason Rasmussen, the designated hitter tonight. Rasmussen, a freshman from Lake Barrington, Illinois. And he takes high and away for ball one.
Biffle's going to want to work ahead here and not fall behind early to these hitters, because from what I'm looking at here in the stats, the averages, the top part of this lineup, they're going to get hits often, so they're going to find ways to get on base. So if he can get through the top of the lineup, he may have a little easier time in the bottom.
Now 3-0 on Rasmussen, and you got to believe he's taken here until Biffle can prove he can put one in there. He does, and he takes strike one.
That's, I guess the good thing about taking 3-0 is you're still in a great spot 3-1. You're more than likely going to get a fastball, and he just misses that one up high. Boy, I'm having a difficult time speaking today.
It's the second walk of the game for Biffle. That'll bring up Connor O'Connell, number 35. O'Connell batting .277 on the season. It's a freshman from Fort Myers, Florida. He's swinging at the first one, but he misses.
Interesting to be swinging early in the count after you just saw, 4 out of 5 balls pitched were nowhere near the zone in the last AB.
Yeah, a bit of control issue for Biffle so far, but don't want to say Rose-Hulman's bailed him out as they check on the runner, but just maybe a little over-aggressive here to start things off.
It's an unusual, there we go. I was looking at the stance, I was like, that's a little unusual stance.
That one in there, strike 2, so now 0-2 on O'Connell.
I feel like both teams, DePauw and Rose-Hulman, have quite a few left-handed batters this evening.
Yeah, both lineups appear to be pretty left centric. I'm sure that's a term people use. So
works for me.
High and away for ball one.
Looks like they were anticipating him running over on first base as a pitch out. Look like there. Man, I am struggling speaking today.
Happens to the best of us. It's all right.
I'll have to calm down.
That one ripped to second. Turns and throws. Gets the first, and O'Connell beats it out. So they do get the lead runner, one away. That'll bring up Caleb Frakes. Frakes, a freshman from Middletown, Indiana, went to Pendleton Heights.
He's only got 22 at-bats this season, so let's see if he can capitalize here.
That one high for ball one. Frakes just 5'6", so pretty small target in there.
Yeah.
O'Connell barely off the bag over at first. They check on him anyway. We invite everyone to come out this Saturday, as we've mentioned a few times, a doubleheader against Anderson. We will have the first game here on the Indiana Sports Network. I think that starts at noon. Swing and a miss by Frakes. 11:45 airtime. Tony whispers in my ear, and hope everyone can tune in if you can't come out to the ballpark.
That's a good pitch right there.
1-2 now to Frakes. So Biffle started the inning a little rough, but he seems to have gathered himself once again. DePauw comes to us out of the North Coast Athletic Conference. Teams such as Denison, Wittenberg, Worcester, Wabash is in there, Ohio Wesleyan. Denison and Wittenberg both undefeated so far in conference play. Denison at 12-0, Wittenberg at 10-0, both with 25 wins already this year. That's some strong competition.
Yeah. Sounds like they've got some pretty good athletes over there in Denison and Wittenberg.
Here's the 2-2 to Frakes. That one well outside, so now a full count on him. Seen a lot of 3-ball counts so far from Biffle. Got the double play to end the first. He's looking for the same thing here. O'Connell running, and they walked him, so it doesn't matter. It's the second walk of the inning. Third walk of the game for Biffle, so command is an issue as number 15, Blake Deckard, steps in. The senior from Ellettsville, went to Edgewood High School.
Edgewood's always tough in high school baseball, so he's probably a pretty good little athlete right here.
Deckard batting .232. .69 plate appearances so far this season. Runners on first and second, just one away. This is the exact situation Rose found themselves in the first inning. Couldn't do anything with it, as there's a ball to Deckard.
That's a good eye there. Leave that up in the zone for the first pitch. You swing at that 9 times out of 10, you're going to get under it and pop it up. So good job of letting that one go by. Good eye.
This one fouled off. You know, we always see this, at least I do, when I'm watching the Cubs games, the shadows creeping across between the pitcher and the batter. How much does that really affect you? Not so much as a pitcher, but as a batter, is it hard to pick the ball up?
Well, at times, yes, it is. But one good thing here that Rose has done is they've put a hitting screen in the background. So a lot of times, not only the shadows, but the background, you know, sometimes it's hard picking it up. Ooh, boy, he's got a little bit of control issues this evening.
He gets plunked in the middle of the back, just like I think it was Klein got hit to start the game. So 3 walks and 2 hit batsmen so far for Biffle. And the bases are juiced.
And he hasn't given up a run yet, though. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. 3 walks, 2 hit batsmen, and you still have 0 runs given up. So
the bases loaded for Jonathan Oliger. Sorry. It's a sophomore from Dalton City, Illinois, and he takes strike 1 over the outer edge. Allen taken low for ball 1, 1-1 the count.
that was a good miss there. It was just off the outside corner of the plate there. Catcher set up just a little bit, hoping maybe he might chase it, but he doesn't, and they go to a 1-1 count.
Base is full of Engineers. Here's an opportunity for Oliger. That one low and away. O'Connell on third, Frakes on second, Deckard on first.
It's another great block by Herbeck there, keeping the ball off the backstop and not letting it run across the plate there.
5 base runners in the first 2 innings, and Rose-Hulman yet to record their first hit of the game. That one way up there. 3-1 now, and Biffle in danger of walking in the first run.
Yeah, this is a great fastball count, 3-1. Unless he's real confident with his curveball, he's going to want to get this over the plate.
If there ever was a hitter's count, here it is. Oliger takes strike 2 over the inside. Full count. Biffle has now hit 6 men this year. That one high and away, and he walks in the first run of the game. Oliger takes the base on balls and picks up an RBI along with it as O'Connell comes in to score. 1-0 Rose.
You know, walks and hits batsmen are always going to come back and haunt you, so you got to try and limit those, and looks like coach is going to come out and actually take the ball from him. So he didn't give him much time, but bases loaded and you just walked one in. You're not going to get too many chances. So
that old ERA is not gonna go down too much today.
No,
it's a tough go for Biffle there. We're going to take a quick break as we get a new pitcher. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know hunting property, and our agents have the skills to close the deal. But what is it that separates us from others? We have field experience. We speak the language. We use targeted marketing. We cast a wide net, and we have local contacts. When it comes to buying or selling your hunting ground, let's just say, we're killing it.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley
with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Welcome back to Rose-Hulman. The Engineers strike first. They're up 1-0 in the bottom of the second as a new pitcher has entered the game for DePauw. Patrick Deemer, number 45. He's a junior from St. Louis, Missouri. Big lefty stepping in there. The final line on Holden Biffle, he pitched 1 1/3 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 3 walks, no strikeouts, and he hit 2 batters. So rough go for Mr. Biffle.
Yeah, it was. And I can tell you right now why they brought in a lefty. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of left-handed sticks in Rose-Hulman's lineup, and if there's one thing I hated as a ball player was the lefty-lefty matchup, because I batted from the left side, and I did not like it. You just don't see it as often as you see righties. So
is it just harder to pick up the ball
I
out
think
of his
for
hand?
me, yeah, because I batted on the left side, so the ball came across the zone as opposed to coming in the zone like I was used to. So a lot of lefties made me look silly.
We've got that lefty-lefty matchup right here as Deemer will face Cade Klein, who was hit by a pitch first time up. And he takes one well outside.
Great. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with Herbeck. He's bouncing around back there, saving a lot of balls from hitting the backstop.
Klein's been a pretty big weapon for the Engineers this season. As we mentioned, he's just a sophomore. This one he fouls off.
With Deemer's arm angle, it's looking like he may throw more of a slider than an over-the-top 12-6 breaker, so be interesting to see how Klein handles that. Ooh, that's a good miss.
Yeah, that looked pretty good, but it is a ball, 2-1. Deemer, an ERA of 5.40. This is his 5th appearance of the year. And that one's in there.
Yeah, I thought that one he looked even further out than the last one.
He's only pitched 3 1/3 so far this season, so he's faced 12 men. Opposing hitters batting over 400. So not much luck for Deemer so far this season. As Klein rips one towards right center. However, they were shading him that way. The catch is made. Runner tags, and it's 2-0, Rose-Hulman. Solid contact there for Klein, but right at the right fielder.
Baseball's a funny game. You do everything right, you smash one, but it just goes right to somebody.
You know, he got the job done, though, got the man home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Coach always told us. Because if you're going to get an out, be a hard out. That was a hard hit ball, and he did his job, got the run to score. So good AB overall.
Deckard and Oliger did hold station at first and second. As there's ball 1 to Coulter Coulard Rodak. He walked his first time up. Rodak, little dribbler down to first. It'll be handled easily. So Rose-Hulman puts 2 on the board in the second inning. We'll head to the third. 2-0 Engineers. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. 2-0. Rose-Hulman leads DePauw. So we head to the third inning. And Rose-Hulman's done quite a bit of damage without recording a hit yet in this one so far, Brad.
Yep. It's not too often you get 2 runs with 0 hits. So I'm sure the hits will fall sooner or later, but you got to be happy with 2 runs and without getting any hits, I guess.
We'll see what happens here in the second. So far, Paul Durrell's looked pretty good. He's 2 innings deep, only given up 1 hit. He's got a strikeout. He's been pretty good command, though. As leading off for DePauw is number 8, Ty Sucher. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing these names. They give us a pronunciation guide, and I still screw them up.
There's a lot of names with pronunciations, though, so.
Sucher Jr. from St. Louis. And he pops one up to the right side. O'Connell over there. He nabs it in foul ground for the first out.
I feel like there's been a lot of pop-ups to the first base side over there, so.
Yeah, they've kept O'Connell busy for sure. Stepping in now, number 21, Drew Straub, the left fielder. Straub, a sophomore from Troy, Illinois.
Ooh, good. Ooh.
Looked like it might have caught the edge, but
yeah,
I guess not.
I think catcher thought so too. He kind of double pumped the throw back. Like, are you sure there, Blue?
You want to rethink that one, or Straub fouls this one off to the left side. 1-1 the count. So far, Durrell's faced 1 over the minimum, so pretty good work. Durrell came in with a 6.46 ERA, so he's looking to put a dent in that for sure.
You know, Troy, you were asking me earlier about the shadows, and I think I kind of got cut off. But as a hitter, I don't think it ever really bothered me. I think if it bothers anybody, it's more the fielders, because it's kind of, as the ball's hit, it's coming out of that dark into the light, and it's sometimes hard to pick up. So, especially these silver stands behind us, sometimes the ball just kind of comes out of them, and it blends in with the silver bleachers. So.
Okay, easy to get a slow start, a slow jump on them, I guess. It was the first walk of the game issued by Durrell. There's a chopper up the middle. Only one play, goes to first, and he beats it out. So Hunter Herbeck showing his speed there. There's a little bit of a bobble by shortstop Caleb Frakes, and can't afford that with the speedster running down the line.
Yeah, which is surprising because normally your catchers aren't that fast. He was motoring down the line there.
As that's going to bring up Carter Knoll. Strikeout victim his first time up. So DePauw's got something cooking here. 2 on, 1 out. Knoll takes ball 1. Waiting to see what they score that. They haven't put it on the board yet. So
I would call that an infield hit because,
yeah.
I mean, he didn't bobble it. He didn't get rid of it in time.
Ooh. That went over the head of Knoll. 2-0.
He's got to be real careful here. 2-0. You know, you don't want to fall behind 3-0. This is a dead red hitters count right here, so he's going to be probably coming with a big hack. Up in the zone.
So Durrell in a bit of distress here in the 3rd inning. Now a 3-0 count to Knoll. And you do have some speed on the base paths. That one is ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk, and now the bases are full with just 1 away. 2nd walk of the inning. Going to go have a chat with Durrell now.
You know, sometimes that's all you need. You just need your catcher to come out, pat you on the behind, and just say, settle down, son.
You got here for a reason. You know what to do. So Cameron Macon steps in. Grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. He's got a chance to do some damage here. Making 20 RBIs on the season. That one high and tight for ball one.
Yeah, and he's got 8 doubles on the season, too. A double here, and they scored 2, definitely, possibly 3, so.
Yeah, you get a gapper here, you're in trouble. Terrell fires one in there. It's fouled away. That one's going right for the old Corolla. Oh, no. Oh, right beside it. Okay, we survived. Whew, I was sweating there for a minute. All right, Cameron, straighten it out. Hit a grounder somewhere else.
Ooh.
Oh, a check swing. He went. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. So Darrell, an opportunity to ease the pressure here. Got Glimko on deck. Need a 6-4-3. That one's in the dirt, low and away.
If Darrell can get Glimko without giving up a run here, all you got to do is focus on the runner for that third, the third batter next inning.
Oh, he wanted to chase, but he didn't. Good job by Macon holding up on that one. So now a full count. 2-0 Engineers. They got 2 in the bottom half of the second. DePauw threatening to even things up or worse here in the third. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Macon down on strikes. 2 away.
Yeah, he helped Darrell out real well with that one because that ball's out of the zone. He lets that one go, and that's a base on balls and a run scored for DePauw.
Macon, you could tell he was itching to swing. There was a couple of those that weren't even close. He almost pulled the trigger. That'll bring up Glimko. Popped out his first time up. Not a bad offering there from Darrell, but a little bit outside.
So, yeah, this is where you just want to focus on the hitter. If you can get the hitter, get out of this inning, you're in good shape.
Glimko rips one deep left field. This could be trouble, and it is a foul ball. Whew.
It's a long strike.
Not going to lie, when he hit that, I thought it was gone.
I did too.
Just foul Glimko. Wish I had that one back.
And it didn't just barely go over. I think it went over the barn out
there.
Yeah,
it went over the storage shed out in left field, I think. But Glimko does lead the team in homers with 7. He also leads the team in RBIs with 36. Playing with fire here. That one high and in. There's a reason he's the cleanup hitter, and he almost cleaned him up.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd be staying away to him. I won't think I'd be bringing anything into him. Oh,
this
boy.
one ripped towards left center, deep at the wall. It is gone. A grand slam for Danny Glimko. He missed just barely on the first one, but takes this one out to the scoreboard in left center field, and all of a sudden the Tigers have a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, that bad boy went over the scoreboard, Trey.
Whew, boy. His 8th home run of the year. He's now up to 40 RBIs. Big mistake there from Darrell. Whew.
I think the Rose-Hulman Engineers will probably be a little careful pitching to Glimko going forward.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. Sometimes they're hard lessons.
Aiden Howard fouls his first pitch away. If you're Darrell, you got to calm your nerves a little bit here after that one. Still very early here.
Yeah, it looks like the Engineers have some people up in the bullpen right now. So
Howard flew out his first time up. Boy, when you're in a spot like that against Glimco, though, I mean, what do?
Yeah.
You've got to give him something.
Yeah.
It's a little chopper picked up by Durrell. He throws it first and records out number 3. But the damage is done. Danny Glimco with a grand slam. DePauw leads 4-2. We'll head to the bottom of the third on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
and there's fish everywhere. Oh, and snapping turtles.
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
Back at Terre Haute, we enter the bottom of the third inning. Patrick Deemer still on the mound for the Tigers of DePauw, who've made the trek down here to Terre Haute tonight, and so far it's paying off as Danny Glimco puts them on top with a grand slam in the top half of the third over the scoreboard in left center field. I thought my car was in trouble behind home plate. He's going for the tree line.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of cars parked out there, too, in left center. So hopefully somebody didn't get a big dent or a broken back windshield.
Andy Krajewski will try to start Rose-Hulman off here in the third and work their way back into this thing. He flew out his first time up. Deemer well inside, ball one. 4 runs on just 2 hits last inning.
And Rose-Hulman's still looking for their first hit.
Yeah. Walks have been a killer on both sides so far. Krajewski rips one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Krajewski rounds first, and he's got a stand-up double. So that's a pretty good start. First hit of the game for the Fighting Engineers.
Yeah, it's good when your leadoff guy can get on second base in scoring position with one swing. You know, it gives you a lot of options as a coach to get that runner to third base with less than 2 outs and find a way to get him in. So, great job by Krajewski, and obvious why he's the 3-hole hitter with power, and he gets them on the board with their first hit. So,
here's the cleanup man, perhaps the most fun name to say tonight. Dalton Busboom steps into the plate and takes ball one. Busboom on the season, batting just .218, 2 homers, 20 batted in. So it seems like he comes through when he's got runners in scoring position. That one maybe just a smidge high for ball 2. In there for a strike.
I don't like that call. Looked a little in and a little low to me, but I'm not the one making the calls.
A little more methodical on the mound from Patrick Deemer. Seems to take his time. And there's strike 2 in there. Not real sure Busboom's in agreement. Here's the 2-2. That one in the dirt, so full count to Busboom. The big inning for Rose, the big inning for DePauw. Both had multiple walks involved, and we'll see if Deemer can keep the free passes to a minimum here. Krajewski leads off second, the 3-2. Strike three called over the inside corner. Busboom goes down looking.
Yeah, and he obviously didn't like that inside pitch call on all three of those because he didn't take a single offering at any of those called strikes.
It's the first strikeout for Deemer as Mason Rasmussen, the designated hitter, steps in. Away. Rasmussen 6'1", 205. He's a pretty big boy. Looking to do some damage here. Swing, and boy, he was just on it.
Yeah, he had the timing for sure.
1-1 the count. Rasmussen batting .318. He's knocked in 11 so far this season. Getting some pretty good hitters counts. They're just... Deemer's done a good job working out of it, though. Connor O'Connell on deck for Rose-Hulman. That one high and away, 3-1 the count. So you would assume you're going to get something here, although first base is open.
Yeah, if I'm a hitter, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking 3-1. He doesn't want to walk me. I'm sitting dead red fastball, so let's see what he does here.
If it's in your wheelhouse, pull the trigger. 3-1 to Rasmussen. Strike two called. Another full count.
Taking a long look.
Rasmussen grounds one to first. The runner will advance, but that'll be out number 2.
And that's what the engineers needed to do the at-bat before. Because you hit the ball to the right side, you move the runner to third base with less than 2 outs. Now, that hit right there could have possibly scored him.
Connor O'Connell has the weight put on his shoulders with 2 away, reached on a fielder's choice and scored his first time up. Here's that lefty-lefty matchup you were talking about. O'Connell can't pull the trigger, 0-1.
Yeah, and O'Connell's going to want to have a opposite field approach here. He doesn't want to pull this going lefty-lefty. He should want to keep his hands inside and just drive something to the left side of the diamond here.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, and he's reaching a little bit.
He's not a big power guy. He is a pretty good contact guy, though, and batting .277 on the season, but now he finds himself in a pretty difficult spot, 0-2. Protect, protect, protect. And he fouls one off. Rose-Hulman has left 3 runners stranded so far this game, staring down the barrel of a 4th, just 3 innings in. A little high for ball 1. Deemer looks in. Here's the 1-2. And that one's high, 2-2 now. So I've got a question for you, but I've always heard you don't ask questions with 2 outs, so we'll wait till the next inning.
Sounds good.
O'Connell, that one in the dirt. Boy, Herbeck came up with a big stop there. And our 3rd consecutive full count.
It's a great AB to work back from 0-2 to a full count here.
Well, you said it earlier, but Herbeck he's doing the work back there.
Yeah, he's being a wall. I mean, just that one, he popped out right into the right field batter's box to block that one. So, real impressed with him so far this game.
Yeah, between Biffle and Deemer, they've had him running all over the place. Full count offering.
Oh.
Strike 3 called on O'Connell. A good job by Deemer. 2 strikeouts in the inning. We will head to the 4th. It is still 4.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape. From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people
in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at YorkAutomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1. You are. You're #1 at York.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. 4-2, DePauw leads as we enter the 4th inning. And a new pitcher on the mound for Rose-Hulman. Skylar Wilcox, number 29, has entered the ball game. Junior from Centennial, Colorado. Got a funky delivery, doesn't he? There's a chopper to short.
He's going to have to get rid of it.
And couldn't get it over there in time, and that's going to be a base hit for Danny Sheehan.
You know, those backhand plays for shortstops in the 5.5 hole, you got to really pick those clean and get rid of them quick, because that's a long way to go get that ball, you know, as a shortstop.
Sheehan 2 for 2 now as Luis Florida steps in. He lined out to first his first time up, takes ball 1. So the final line on Paul Durrell, 3 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. That one caught the inside corner.
You know, it's kind of a weird delivery because he's looking like he's going to throw sidearm, but he almost throws 3/4.
This one lifted to left field, fairly deep, but he's under it, makes a catch, 1 away. Ty Suker will step in. Suker popped out his first time at the dish.
Looks like Suker's got 16 hits on the year.
Batting .320.
.320, that's a pretty good average for your 8-hole hitter.
Well, good pickoff, yeah. He's got a fast move there to first. shorter lead over there now for Sheehan.
Yeah. He's going.
There's a chopper to first, scooped up. That'll be an easy out. Sheehan does advance to second. Good job by Suker slapping that one down the first baseline. Drew Straub steps in. Walked and scored on the Danny Glimko Grand Slam.
Got a chance to get him an RBI here.
Straub has one lonely RBI so far this year.
I'm sure he'd like to add to that. Double his RPI production on the season.
He does only have 21 ABs, so he's not had a whole lot of opportunity. The one RBI was a solo homer. So 3-0 now to Straub. Not sure you want to be bringing the top of the order up. I would think you give him something to hit here. That one's ball 4.
Yeah, that's where if I'm playing the outfield or the infield, I'm screaming, hey, this guy, not the next one, you know.
Yeah.
That's definitely the hitter you wanted to go after with 2 outs. And then we bring it to the top of the order now.
Here's Hunter Herbeck. He's flown out and singled. Also scored a run.
And he's got good wheels. He beat that single out.
Yeah, grounder to short and just a slight bobble over there. And he was able to beat it out. He takes strike 1. Two-way, top of the 4th. 4-2, DePauw leads.
A little late on that one.
Big swing from Herbeck, but he can't connect. 0-2. DePauw Rose, you know, it's one of those. It's been a rivalry for a long time. These two schools meet up in, you know, every sport, and it's always quite the clash. It means a little more than the rest of them usually.
Yes, I mean, especially as a non-conference game, and you got a rival that is so close to you, you know, just over there in Greencastle, and I'm sure they've had some battles in the past years, and they'll have a lot more going forward, so.
The 0-2 to Herbeck, thought about it, holds up. 1-2 now.
Yeah, and he's got that little slider that breaks away from right-handed hitters. Just missed that one off the plate there.
Well off. Trying to get him to chase. Herbeck won't bite.
And that's the least thing you want to do as a pitcher is get him down 2 strikes and then give out a 2-strike hit. So I'm sure he's going to try and not put anything too close to over the plate.
It's a good pitch there. Herbeck able to foul it away, a little jam shot. Got our first oven mitt sighting of the day. Danny Sheehan's got one on out at second. Herbeck rips one to third. It gets into left field. The runner's coming home. Sheehan's going to score, and they are going to stop. Number 21, Straub at third, but a stand-up double for Hunter Herbeck. Drives in a run. It's now 5-2. Boy, he ripped that one.
Yeah, and I just remember the hit. Did you see the pitch? Was it another one of those sliders? Because he definitely cleared his hips, and he got all of that baseball over third base there.
Yeah, he turned on it real well that time. Carter Knoll steps in. Swing and a miss.
They haven't adjusted the scoreboard, but I think that's a 1-1 count.
This one fouled off the left side.
There they go.
Runners on second and third, 2 away. This one ripped to left. He's under it, and he's got it. So Rose-Hulman avoids further damage. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. 5-2 DePauw. You're watching Rose-Hulman baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. DePauw has extended their lead, 5-2 now, as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. And our third pitcher of the game for DePauw, Cameron Hawk, steps in. There's number 6. He's a 6-foot, 170-pound senior from Indianapolis. He went to Lawrence Central. They're getting a good mix of these guys in there today, and that can't be easy for Rose to have to keep adapting to the new arm. So.
And yeah, that's if you're going to pitch by committee, normally you're going to do it where you're going to want to keep the hitters off balance. So you go with a guy that's maybe got a little bit of pop on his pitches, then you go to a guy that's a little, more crafty, throws a lot more off speed, and all you're doing there really is just keeping the Rose-Hulman hitters up on their front foot, so that they're not really be able to make good contact. So that may be what DePauw's game plan is here tonight, to kind of pitch by committee and save some arms for their conference that's coming up, conference games, and doing it by using a lot of pitchers today. So far it's worked.
Caleb Frakes will lead things off for Rose-Hulman here in the fourth inning. He walked and scored his first time up. And he will be the first one to face Cameron Hawk. Not a bad job by Deemer. Oh, and he nails him with the first pitch.
A lot of HBPs tonight.
It's the third Rose-Hulman player to take one on I'd say the chin, but they've all been hitting the back, I think. So Frakes, that's the same as a leadoff walk, you get that lead runner on. That brings up Blake Deckard. Deckard himself was hit the first time up.
Deckard showed bunt there.
This is the part of the order that did some damage, not really with the lumber, but they found a way on base, pretty good speed, and were able to get a couple runs on the board back in the second. That one bunted, but popped foul. 1-1 the count. So Deemer went 1 2/3 innings. 2 strikeouts. Not a bad showing for him.
No, it's a nice curveball there.
Yeah. Kind of froze Deckard there. 1-2 the count now. Frakes bouncing around over there at first. They are keeping a close eye on him.
There's
Swing just got a piece of it.
It's like he couldn't make up his mind if he wanted to swing or not, and he just kind of last minute was able to foul it off. So when in doubt, swing, fight it off, move on to the next pitch.
Oh, he's reaching for that one, and he strikes out. Didn't look very good on that swing.
Yeah, great pitch by Cameron Hawk there.
That'll bring up Jonathan Olliger. Walked and scored. First time up today. See if he can make something happen before the top of the order rolls around. Check on the runner. That's a good-looking pupper back there behind the fence.
I see that.
And the guy with the helmet on, fan of the game right there.
Uh-huh.
Got the dog and the helmet. He wins. Want to know the count on Olliger. Maybe over the outside corner.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty confident with that curveball. A lot of times pitchers will pitch you backwards, and in instances where you think your fastball's coming, you get a curveball. Those are usually the successful pitchers because they're able to, keep the hitters off balance.
Ooh, we almost got him with that one. Deckard not too much of a lead off of first. 2-1 the count on Olliger. Deckard running. Catcher couldn't get it away cleanly, and he's in there. It's close. Herbeck bobbled it just a little bit. If he wouldn't have done that, I think he'd have had him dead to rights.
He picked a good ball to steal on. It was a curve ball, and Herbeck, got it clean and got rid of it, but just too much speed out there. So he gets his third steal of the season. He's actually 3 for 3 on steal attempts.
There's the one lifted to right. That'll be a fair ball. Here comes Frakes around third. He is going to score, and Rose-Hulman on the board here in the fourth. Makes it a 5-3 game.
The steal pays off. Otherwise, he's stranded at third right there, so great job.
Olliger goes the other way with that one. And now the top of the lineup for the Engineers. Cade Klein steps in. Sacrifice fly last time up. Chops one to first, down to second for one, back to first. Klein beats it out. Whoa, that's only 2 outs, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened here.
DePauw's running off the field, but that's only 2 outs.
I'm wondering if he's called like an interference.
We will try to sort this out when we come back. I guess we're heading to the 5th inning. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
at Rose-Hulman, the best we could come up with is Cade Klein. I think he was called for interference down at first base. Not exactly sure what happened there, but either way, we move to the 5th inning. Rose-Hulman did get a run back there. Solid single by Jonathan Oliger. Knocked in Caleb Frakes. And Skylar Wilcox takes to the mound for his 2nd inning of work. There's ball 1 outside to number 3, Cameron Macon. Macon came up with the bases juiced last time, but had an itchy trigger finger and struck out.
He's one you're going to have to worry about if he gets on the base paths. He's 10 of 11 stolen base attempts.
That one a little low for ball 2. Macon pops out. That is caught for the first out. A good grab out there by Deckard.
Yeah, a little lazy line drive there.
Understand, we appreciate Tony letting us know the interference was actually called on Oliger for not sliding into second and apparently interfering with the throw. As stepping in for DePauw, Danny Glimko. We all know what he did last time up. Grand slam over the scoreboard in left.
It's a good miss on the outside corner with that slider there. And that's where I'd be making my living right now, is on the outer side of that plate, the way Glimko turned on it last time.
Not a bad one there, but it misses. 2-1 the count. Don't think they're going to mess around with him too much. Oof, that was a good pitch over the inside corner. 2-2 to Glimko. Glimko chops one down to third. Pretty routine out there. That'll bring up Aiden Howard. It's 0 for 2 on the evening.
Wilcox having a good inning thus far.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far.
It helps when you can get ahead of your hitters, you know, with the first pitch strike, so.
That one a bit inside. Too much to keep track of on these scorecards. Every pitch you got to write down like 5 things.
Yeah.
I just remembered the question I was going to ask you 2 innings ago. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But now
well, there's 2 outs.
I'm going to write it down somewhere. All right. Now I'll forget to look at it. This one ripped into right center. Played well, though. That'll end the inning. Good inning there for Skylar Wilcox. Rose-Hulman, no trouble in the 5th. We'll head to the bottom half. You're watching Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
and there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles!
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley
with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
Welcome back to Rose-Hulman. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 5-3 DePauw lead over the Fighting Engineers, and yet another new pitcher for the Tigers as Jack Miller takes to the mound. 6'3", 165-pound sophomore out of Westfield, Indiana. He went to Carmel High School, so touching all over the state here today, seems like.
But he's played a lot of ball at the Grand Park facility up there. A really nice facility. I mean, I've played a few games up there and watched my nephew play up there. That is an amazing facility.
Miller, big, tall righty. Pretty upright delivery. We got 2 dogs. We got another dog over here. They got to quit showing this camera because I just keep watching the dogs over there. No, what I was going to ask is, and it may be a really dumb question because I didn't play past like Babe Ruth, so I don't count me as ever having played baseball. But when the base paths are grass, is that any different for you when you take off? I never played, mine were always dirt. Is it different when you change your footing when you're right out of the box?
Yeah, I'll tell you, in junior college I played at Olney Central, and Illinois was notorious for having grass baselines. And I've seen it more and more happening in Indiana fields, and I don't know if it's just a trend that's going on, but maybe it helps with keeping the ball in play, fair territory whenever you're bunting. But
I never thought about that. That's probably true.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't really notice it making a difference. But
oh, goodness gracious! They must be. They got some kind of
bullseyes.
bet. You got to hit the first guy you see tonight. So. Oh, man.
They're going to have a lot of bruises, those engineers, tomorrow.
Rodak gets beaned for the first time. He is the, 4th engineer to be hit by a pitch tonight. See, and now I've written down... I put their 4th inning in the 5th inning, so now I got to put the 5th inning in the 4th inning. I shouldn't do this.
I was never good at keeping stats either.
They make sense, but not to anyone but me. So. Andy Krajewski at the plate. He had a double last time up. Ooh, nice little floater in there.
And that's what I'm talking. That's usually what you're expecting on a 1-0 pitch is a fastball, and he threw him a backdoor curveball. So keeping the batters off balance by making them guess what pitch you're throwing, which counts.
Pretty far outside. 2-1 on Krajewski.
And by backdoor, what I'm talking about is usually a curveball will break across the outside of a corner. Backdoor curveball is where the pitcher throws it inside.
Krajewski lifts one to left, fairly deep.
I think he got it.
And it's gone! Andy Krajewski ties us up with a 2-run shot to left field. Wasn't sure if he got it or not, but it cleared the fence by about probably 5 or 6 feet, but that's good enough. And Andy Krajewski takes his 6th home run of the year, 25 RBIs on the season now.
And he wasn't fooled by that backdoor curveball.
And once again, it seems like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. They've hit 4 batters, and 2 of them have come around to score. Dalton Busboom in to hit now.
So, yeah, we got a little interrupted there. The backdoor curveball is where the ball looks like it's going to hit the batter, but then breaks inside on the inside corner of the plate. So, hence the word backdoor curveball. But again, he wasn't fooled with that, Troy.
Got just enough of it. 2-2 count to Busboom. That one high and tight. I think it's 2-2. I'm not really sure. But got a full count now.
I don't think the scoreboard keepers are too sure either.
There's the strike called. 3-1. They got it before I did. So there. Possible big swing, but he misses.
That last name sounds like a cheer. Home run goes over the fence. Buzz boom!
It'd be pretty fun to be the PA guy with him coming up.
Absolutely.
That one knuckled over, out of play. So new life for the Engineers here in the bottom of the fifth. Krajecki with a 2-run shot has tied us up. 5 runs on just 3 hits so far, as Busboom will take a walk. And pretty rough start to things here for Jack Miller.
Yeah, I figured we were going to see this soon. I saw some action down there in the bullpen, so.
So we'll hand it to Patrick Deemer, who was the second pitcher of the game for DePauw. He's the only one that didn't plunk anybody. As Holden Biffle hit 2 men, Cameron Hawk hit the first guy he faced, and then Miller came in and hit the first guy he faced.
And I don't think it's ever a good sign when the coach comes out and talks to you with his hands on his hips.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a pat on the back or anything. There we got a little slap on the hip.
But he did stay in, so.
He's telling him we've used too many pitchers already. You need to quit sucking here. Mason Rasmussen up for Rose-Hulman. He's walked and grounded out. Check on the runner. Not much of a lead over there for Busboom.
Yeah, DePauw does a lot of throwovers, so they keep the Engineers honest over there at first base tonight.
And the low and away. Got the lights on. Still a little bit of daylight left here in Terre Haute. This one driven hard and deep to center field, and it will be caught near the warning track. Busboom retreats back to first. Pretty good contact there from Rasmussen. That'll bring up Connor O'Connell. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored back in the second.
Connor O'Connell. That's a little tongue twister. And the way I've been talking today, I'm glad you're announcing him.
It's going to go wrong by the end of it, I'm sure. I'm interested to see if there's red hair under that helmet. This one fouled off to the left side. And yeah, it'll get out of play. O'Connell from Fort Myers, Florida.
That's a good place to be from.
I've actually been down there. It's all right. A little touristy, you know. Oh, that one goes behind him. Busboom will take second. It's a wild pitch.
There's not much Herbeck could do with that.
Wow. Miller's been a little off the mark so far in this one.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if he's overthrown a bit here.
Two and one the count now to O'Connell. Runner on second. Chance to take the lead here for the Engineers. O'Connell rips one foul down the right field line. That's the loudest cell phone ring I've ever heard.
Yeah, somebody just doesn't want to silence it.
O'Connell flies one to left.
This
Long
could be tricky.
run.
He got it.
It's tracked down. Busboom still at second now with 2 away. And that'll bring up Caleb Frakes. Frakes has scored both times up. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. He has a stolen base, scored 2 runs. May not be hitting it, but he's been very productive. Frakes fouls one away.
Surprised he swung at a first pitch curveball. He must have been expecting it. I was always told, do not swing at a first pitch curveball. Matter of fact, I may have even been pulled out of a game or 2 for doing it.
Maybe. You know, memories are tough.
Yeah.
Frakes lifts one very high out into left center. They're under it, and they've got it, so Rose-Hulman tied at 5 now with DePauw. We're done with 5 innings. You're watching Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. We go to the 6th inning now. Rose-Hulman able to tie it up in the bottom of the 5th with a 2-run homer from Andy Krajewski. And you're looking at the new pitcher for the Engineers, Zacchaeus Carr, number 21, a sophomore from Mahomet, Illinois. And he's got a very unique delivery.
Yeah, he does. Looks like he got a little bit of an like he needed an oil can, but he seems to be right around the dish, so let's see what he can do.
He's going to have to deal with Danny Sheehan to lead things off here in the 6th. Sheehan with 2 singles. He's also scored a run. Five runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Engineers. As Carr delivers strike 1 over the outside corner. This one grounded to short, scooped up. Oh, and he lost it there. So a bit of a mistake by Caleb Frakes out at short.
It's the old common law. You mentioned 0 errors, and then the Engineers get their first error.
That was a hot shot, but he couldn't stay with it. Once again, the leadoff man reaches base. Oh, that one goes behind Lewis, Florida.
I'm surprised that he caught it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pickup back there by
Dalton Busboom.
Busboom, yeah. That one well inside as well. 2-0 the count on Florida. He's 0 for 2. This one ripped into right field for a base hit. Runner, and it gets by the right fielder, and the run is going to come in and score. Another error bites the Engineers. Florida ends up at second. Sheehan comes around to score. And now a 6-5 Tiger lead.
Yeah, in right field, that was my position in college, and I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to scoop up that ball and get him out at third base on a, because the right fielder's known for having the strongest arm. I always wanted to try and gun somebody at home or gun somebody at third, and he just didn't watch it into his mitt, and it rolls under and gets by him.
Ty Suker takes strike one. Oh, and 2 now. Runner on second. 2 errors here in the 6th inning for the Engineers have led to the go-ahead run for the Tigers.
That's a good waste pitch. You're up 0-2. Throw something out of the zone, see if he chases at it.
Suker 0 for 2. No batting gloves. I like that. It's the old Mark Grace style.
I've got a funny Mark Grace story I'll tell you here in a minute.
There's no outs. So
oh, there are no outs.
That one well off the plate. 3-2 now.
So I played baseball with Clint Barmas. He's a Major League Baseball player that many people might know that come from Vincennes. I played junior college ball with him at Olney Central, and after his junior year, he got drafted, and he was going around, different ballparks. They wanted to see him take BP. Well, Mark Grace is sitting there watching. He gets done taking his BP, and Mark Grace comes over, and Clint told me, he's like, I just wanted to meet him. Well, he'd shake his hand. He shook his hand.
Suker rips one into left. Florida rounds third. He's going to be held at third, so runners on the corners now.
He shook his hand, but Mark Grace, apparently for batting practice, must have just had batting gloves on. He had pine tar all over his hand and just drenched Clint's hand with pine tar. And he's like, that's, Mark Grace, there's a lot of great stories about Mark, but he was just having fun with the newbies, I guess.
Oh, that's pretty good. Drew Straub up now. He's walked twice and scored once. Rough go so far for Zacchaeus Carr. That one in there. DePauw scored 4 in the 3rd and 1 in the 4th. And now 1 here in the 6th. Runners on, sorry. No, I was just saying runners on the corners, nobody out. You got to avoid the big inning here.
I think the difference in this game is just, if you're looking at the scoreboard, you see 6 runs on 7 hits, 0 errors by the Tigers. And unfortunately for the Engineers, they did get 5 runs, but they got 3 hits and 2 errors. And 3 hits and 2 errors aren't going to win too many ball games.
No, they've been relying on the inconsistent pitching of DePauw. And that's more than likely not going to continue, but you never know.
A lot of game left.
Carr fires one in there and gets him looking. Straub down on strikes. Back to the top of the order with Hunter Herbeck. First strikeout for Carr. one in there for a strike. There's a little nubber towards
Could be a
second.
tough
The
play.
run's going to score, and he's safe at first. Both runners both runners are safe. Run scores. That's going to be an RBI single for Herbeck. Things have gone pear-shaped here in the 6th inning for Rose-Hulman. Both runs in this inning unearned.
It's a good fastball down and in right there. It's got to be smart. Way ahead, 0-2. Don't make a mistake and give up another run.
No, little half swing chopper to short. He scoops it up, but no play. And now the bases will be loaded for the most dangerous part of the lineup for the Tigers. Couple nothing singles here, and all of a sudden you've got Cameron Macon up with only one out. Bases full, down by 2. They're going to go have a chat with Carr.
I'm sure what he's telling him is he wants to keep the ball low, try and get a ground ball and get out of this, because Glimco's sitting on deck right now and the bases are juiced.
I'm not trying to see any records set tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got Suker on third, Herbeck on second, Knoll on first. Stepping up is Cameron Macon. 0 for 3 tonight.
The thing about Cameron, too, is if they're going to try and get a double play, it's going to have to be a hard hit ball and a quick turn, because, again, like I said earlier, it shows he's 10 of 11 stolen bases, so he's got to have wheels.
Yeah, he's going to have to really, that or line drive, catch somebody napping off the base or something, but not a prime double play suspect. He swings and chops that one foul.
Yeah, I'd almost think that maybe bring the corners in. If he turns on one like that, maybe you get a play at the plate and save a run, but Engineers choosing to stay. It looks home position, like they're where they normally play their regular depth defense.
This one lined into left field, a base hit for Macon. Suker comes in and scores. Another run comes in and scores. A 2-run single for Cameron Macon, and it is now 9-5 DePauw.
It's a great piece of hitting there by Cameron Macon.
And here is Glimco. 1 for 3 tonight, but that one was a big one. A grand slam. That one inside, but over the corner of the plate. Strike 1.
Looks like Blue's liking that inside fastball today. I see he's called it a lot of times this evening.
I haven't seen many batters agree with him yet. Whoa, he was set up inside, and it was well outside, so we got away with one there. Glimco takes ball 2, low and away. Runners on first and second. Another 4-run inning for DePauw. And he doesn't look like he wants anything to do with Glimco.
There is a spot on there for him for third base is open, but I don't know that you want to load him again.
Klimko lifts one. Deep right, but playable. It's caught. And the runner will advance from second to third. So Null now down at third. Crisis averted for the moment. Aiden Howard steps in. Howard 0 for 3 tonight. 10 hits now for DePauw.
Yeah, and anytime you get 10 hits in a baseball game, you're probably on the positive side of the uh-oh.
Yeah, he started to take off, but then he tripped. And Busboom thought he was going, fired it down to second. Luckily, Frakes was able to get in front of it out there.
Must not have liked his jump over there and decided, I think I'll just turn around and go back.
Throw the brakes on. We'll try this again. Not a huge lead for Macon. Now he is running. Throw down to second. Not even close, and that's a stolen base. It is an 0-2 count, though, on Howard. It's the 9th batter to come to the plate this inning for DePauw.
It's a good block.
Howard sticks the bat out, pops out to short. Good running catch there by Frakes. That'll end it. DePauw bats around and scores 4. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-5 Tigers.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. DePauw has shot out to a 9-5 lead. 2 4-run innings, and they welcome their 5th pitcher of the ball game. As taking the bump now, Kyle Boyer, number 34, 6'3", 200-pound senior out of Austin, Texas.
Appears to have a little, loopy curveball. I wouldn't say it's a sharp break, but he's throwing it right around the zone right now.
See if the Engineers will have any more luck against him. It's not been like a great pitching night for DePauw, but Rose-Hulman just can't put any hits together.
Looks like he's got a little two-seam fastball. It likes to run back into righties too.
So the last 2 pitchers that have come in for DePauw have plunked the first guy they've met. We'll see if that holds true as Blake Deckard steps in for Rose-Hulman. He's already been hit once tonight. As the Engineers look to start to chip away at this Tiger lead. Right back up the middle, a solid single there. Deckard turns around the first pitch that he sees from Boyer. That'll bring up Jonathan Oliger. He walked to drive in a run in the second. And then he drove in a run with a single last inning. in the 5th. However, he was called for interference at second base.
You know, with Rose-Hulman being down 4 runs, you'd think they'd, be patient, try and work the pitcher, get some base runners on, but no, he hacked at the first pitch, and it worked out.
It's the 1-0 to Olliger. He fouls one out of play. That was more towards your card.
Yeah, that's what I'm rubbernecking over there, see if I can see what's going on, but I can't see it.
Oh, he took a big rip at that one, couldn't connect.
And as a pitcher, you see him swing at that high when you're up 1-2. You might just climb the ladder and throw the next one even a little higher, see if he chases it as well. Ooh, curveball.
That one over the inside corner, and he got him looking.
There's that backdoor curveball we talked about earlier.
It's the first strikeout for Boyer. Here's Cade Klein. He's been hit by a pitch. He's had a sacrifice fly and was called out on interference, not of his own doing, last inning. Well outside there. This is Rose-Hulman's final non-conference game of the season. As we've mentioned, 2 with Anderson this weekend, or on Saturday, and then they have a doubleheader on Sunday up in Richmond against Earlham. So very busy and a very important 2 days there for the Engineers. And then the following weekend, Friday, a doubleheader against Bluffton. And then they will return home for a doubleheader against Manchester to round out the season. And if they're in the top 6 of the HCAC, they will advance to the conference tournament. That one in there for strike one.
And sometimes all you need is a shot in that conference tournament. I think 2001, playing for Indiana State, we limped in and made it all the way to the championship. Didn't win it. Northern Iowa took the championship that year, but we were there, and it was fun.
You always got a fighter's chance, you know. That's the thing with them always taking the top 6. You're guaranteed there's not going to be an easy out. It's everybody that makes it has earned their way in, and Klein strikes out. 2 away now. Here comes Rodak.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier, baseball is a funny game because it's such a up and down sport. You know, you could go in hitting slumps, pitching slumps, and you get hot at the right time and you can compete with just about anybody.
Runner goes, fired down to second. Nice throw, but he dropped the ball. So a stolen base for Blake Deckard. Pretty good throw there by Herbeck. I believe that was Macon, couldn't quite hold on to it. Runner in scoring position. Rose-Hulman doesn't have to get it all back right now, but you'd like to see him at least get one here. Another nice save by Herbeck. One and one on Rodak. He's reached twice tonight with a walk, and he's also been hit. There's a solid line drive out towards left center. He can't catch up with it. That'll bring in Deckard to score. And Rodak's going for 3. Round second, he's going to make it easily. A stand-up triple for Coulter Coulard Rodak. And it's now a 9-6 ball game.
Yeah, and that ball was hit well to the gap, and it just kept tailing away from Danny Glimko. He gave it an all-out lifer. effort. He laid out, but just comes up short. Great triple.
And now you've got Andy Krajewski back up, so an opportunity here to get at least one more back. Krajewski, a 2-run bomb last time up. Pops this one right over our heads. I was kind of waiting for it to hit the roof.
Yeah, I was too.
Krajewski 2 for 3. He's also doubled in tonight's ball game.
So, yeah, if you're looking to stay alive in this inning, you want Krajewski. This is the right man, the right spot here.
Oh, 0-1. Boyer looks in and fires. Krajewski, solid grounder over to short. They're going to scoop it up. High throw. They tag him out. So that'll end the inning, but Rose-Hulman does get one back. We're going to head to the 7th. It's 9-6 DePauw. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
Welcome back to Rose-Hulman. We're just entering the 7th inning now. It's a 9-6 DePauw lead. Rose-Hulman scratched one across there in the bottom half of the 6th. Yet another pitcher has entered the game, the 4th for the Engineers tonight. Number 26, Warren Goik, a freshman from Ottawa Hills, Ohio. Goik stands just 5'11". A little shorter presence out there on the mound than we've seen so far.
He had pretty good velocity, too.
I don't know if you get batteries much better than Goik to bus boom.
I wouldn't think so. That's a pretty ironic one.
Goik fires a strike in there to Sheehan. Sheehan led off the last inning, reaching on an error, ended up scoring. He bunts it right back to Goik, turns, fires, got him.
You know, it's kind of interesting. You were talking about those grass baselines. It almost looked like he tripped on the lip right there where the grass meets the dirt.
I just wondered if it would throw you off.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
you're trying to gain traction in the dirt, and then all of a sudden you hit something a lot more solid, and, well, generally. And
I thought he was going to get top heavy and fall over there, but he saved it.
Goik fires strike one in to Lewis, Florida. Florida reached on an error as well last inning and scored.
I thought that first pitch was a strike, but I'm seeing scoreboard 2-0.
Yeah, I thought he called strike on that too.
Yeah, scoreboard's wrong. That's what I thought.
2-1 to Florida. He fouls one off. Evens it at 2. So it started the night with Paul Durrell. Had the big inning in the 3rd. He looked pretty good through the first 2, but then kind of lost his composure there. Skylar Wilcox took him a little bit to settle in. When he did, he was pretty solid as Goik strikes out Florida. Zacchaeus Carr kind of on the struggle bus tonight. And then Goics looked pretty good.
Yeah, so far so good. Like I said, I like seeing him, getting ahead of the hitters early, throwing those first pitch strikes as he throws a first pitch ball.
Ty Suker up. 1 for 3. He singled and scored last inning. There's a strike called. Suker batting .320. And he takes strike 2.
I like it. He works quick, too. He gets his sign and he goes to work.
No fooling around from Goik. 2-2 now. This one popped up behind the plate. Bus boom back, but it's out of play. It hit something down there.
Hopefully not them pooches.
Goik trying to finish off a pretty quick inning here. Suker fouls another one off towards the parking lot. Okay, I keep hearing things getting hit.
Yeah, that landed in the bed of a truck, bounced out, and hit the next truck. If it's going to land anywhere, I guess you want it to land in the bed of a truck.
Now the fans are having a conversation about who's been damaged here this evening. Boy, that looked like a pretty good pitch, but he took it for ball 4. So Suker will take his base, and Straub will stride in. Straub 0 for 1 with 2 walks. See, Herbeck's not showing a lot of confidence here. He comes out to the on-deck circle with his knee pads on.
Yeah, that was always kind of just, you want to be able to get it back out there quick so you can warm up your pitcher, but
Straub's turning around. Look at him like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and get out then. Ball 3. Nope, see, now he's starting to fit. Yeah, now he's going to loosen him up. Okay, now it'd serve him right if he got it. Ball 4, so back-to-back walks for Goik, and that will bring up Herbeck. Definitely some control issues on both sides on the mound tonight. Got 4 walks and 4 hit batsmen for DePauw. 5 walks now for Rose-Hulman.
Looks like he may have crossed up on that call. Pitcher goes to talk with him, and it's possible he's saying second baseman, or the runner on second may be looking at his sign, so they may just be getting on the same page here.
See some Hardy fans, and there's our guy with the helmet. I was looking for him. He's petting his dog. That's a good dude down there. This one lifted high behind the plate. It's going to get out of play. That one just bounced off the grandstand, so we're all right there. Herbeck 3 for 4 tonight. 2 singles and a double, 2 RBIs, and he scored twice.
Having himself a good evening.
He's got a chance to do some more damage right here. Takes a strike.
That's inside pitch again. Blue likes that inside corner.
So 1-2 count. Certainly want to get out of this before you run into the Noel Macon Glimco combination. Goik's going to take a minute, run through the signs again. Swung on, popped up down the right side. O'Connell's got it. That'll end the inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. Still a three-run lead for DePauw. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
It's stretch time in Terre Haute. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Rose-Hulman looking to get something going here, trailing by 3, as they will get another look at Kyle Boyer, as DePauw is finally going to leave a pitcher in for longer than 1 inning. They've had 5 men go to the bump tonight.
Must have liked what they saw in him last inning.
Yeah, he I mean, it wasn't a great inning, but
no. Maybe they've completely ran out of people this evening.
Yeah, he got hit hard twice. Rodak, of course, with that triple, that was a laser shot out to left center. But Deckard was able to single and score as well. So maybe the Engineers have an opportunity here. You know, I just saw our famous Rose-Hulman flyover here. I thought that only happened over the soccer field, but those same 2 geese fly over here every night.
Oh, yeah?
Every night I'm here, I assume they're the same 2. They're probably not. Dalton Busboom will lead things off in the bottom of the 7th. Busboom reached on a walk, advanced on a wild pitch, but then was stranded in the 5th. That's his only time on base tonight. Went well outside for ball 1. We'll say both catchers have done a pretty good job behind the plate tonight. Busboom and Herbeck.
Yeah, they get a pass when there's nobody on. They're not going to exert as much effort whenever they're not trying to keep it off the backstop. Yeah, just let it go.
This one foul down the right side. You better watch out.
Ooh.
We've got another contender for cutest puppy of the night here. Is that a German Shepherd pup? Busboom lifts one to second, easily caught. I'm a dog guy, if you couldn't tell.
I'm a dog guy more than a cat guy.
Here's Mason Rasmussen stepping in. 0 for 2 with a walk. And he rips one to center field. A good base hit there for Mason. First pitch swinging.
Looked like a breaking ball, too. He must have been expecting it. You know, that's what you're supposed to do when you're on deck. You know, as they're warming up, what are their tendencies? You kind of watch these hitters and you say, what's he starting off these hitters with mostly? And maybe it was a curveball and he was just waiting on it because he wasn't fooled. He stayed back and drove it to center field. Great piece of hitting.
Connor O'Connell at the plate. He fouls one off. O'Connell reached on a fielder's choice in the second. That's his only time on base. He did score. That one's in there for strike two.
Looks like he's questioning it to the umpire. He's like, sure. Looked a little off the plate outside to me, but Blue tells him, nope, it's good.
Here's the 0-2 to O'Connell. Well off. Both teams have had a lot of opportunities tonight. A lot of runners left on base. DePauw's been able to cash in a few more times than Rose to this point. So O'Connell stays alive. Boyer fires over to first. Not sure if Rasmussen's a big threat. As O'Connell grounds one to second, bobbled a little bit, and they still turn two, and that'll be a quick seventh inning. So we will head to the eighth with DePauw still leading by 3. You're watching Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1. You are. You're #1 at York.
Welcome back to the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology in Terre Haute, Indiana. It's 9-6. DePauw leads the Fighting Engineers as we head to the 8th inning. And on the bump now for Rose, number 18, Evan Chung, freshman from Lake Zurich, Illinois.
Doesn't look like a very big guy. I'm trying to see his height here.
Yep, it says he's 5'10", 180 pounds. So
yeah, you know these stats or these rosters are always inflated. He don't look 5'10" to me. He
no
might
bigger
be
than I
5'10"
am.
on the top of the mound, but he's not from the ground. Oh well.
You don't want to make him look too bad.
My junior college coach was a little guy. When he'd come out to take you off the mound, he'd stand on the top and make you stand down so he was eye level with you. Dennis Conley, he's one of my favorite baseball coaches.
You got to assert that authority.
That's right.
Chung with a leading off for DePauw's Carter Knoll as he rips one past the first baseman into right field for a base hit. That's Knoll's second hit of the night. Chung comes into this evening with a 5.32 ERA. He's 2-0 on the season. This is his 12th appearance. And he also has one save. They're hitting him about a 235 clip. Ball gets loose. Noel messes with Busboom for a minute, but returns to the base. Cameron Macon steps in. Macon 1 for 4. This one popped up the foul behind the plate, out of play.
You know, at first AB, he falls behind a little bit, and he's at 2-0 count and gives up a fastball that it was just expected, and he just drove it. Same thing with this one. He's gotten behind a little bit early, and when you're falling behind early to hitters, chances are you're going to get hit pretty hard.
Now a 3-1 count to Macon.
Macon's going to be looking dead red fastball here.
Ooh, it looked pretty good, but he'll take his base.
Yeah, maybe a little up, but it looked like a pretty good pitch for Chung there.
So more trouble brewing for the Engineers, as stepping in as Danny Glimko. It's just 1 for 4. But now he steps in with nobody out and runners on first and second. And at this point in the ball game, he's looking to drive that dagger through the heart of the Engineers. Going to go have a chat with Chung.
I'm seeing Engineers heading down towards the bullpen too, so.
In this game, I mean, we've talked about it. It's not, not a conference game. It is a rival. You hate to lose it, but boy, it's more of a momentum thing at this point. You're heading into the home stretch here this season. A lot of conference games coming real quick, and then, that's it. So this would be a bit of a oh, goodness gracious. He hits Glimko. Looked like it was up towards the head. Glimko appears to be okay.
Yeah, you're right. This is where the Engineers want to have confidence going into the latter part of the season, and right now they're looking a little shaky. So
the base is now full of Tigers. Glimko seems to be all right. He took a heater up and in on that one.
There he starts ahead. That's what you want to see.
Aiden Howard steps in. He's 0 for 3.
This is that scenario I was talking about earlier where you got the corners playing it in on the grass. Something hit dead at you. You want to get the play at the plate and then take it to one.
Howard ropes one into center field. That's going to score a couple. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. No play at the plate. And a 2-run single for Aiden Howard as Carter Knoll and Cameron Macon come around to score. And it is now an 11-6 ball game, and this one is getting blown open. Glimko did advance to second, stayed there. Danny Sheehan now at the plate. He's going to bunt. Busboom, nope. Chung can't do anything with it. Nobody covered first.
Nobody. They just weren't ready for the bunt there. Normally the second baseman gets over there and covers as the first baseman's charging, but he's late getting there, so down goes a hit. Bunt for a hit.
And the wheels have fallen off the bus here a little bit. Base is full again. Still nobody out. And Lewis, Florida steps in. Florida 0 for 3. He has reached on an error and scored. Getting some lopsided numbers up on that scoreboard all of a sudden. There's strike one. 1-1 now. Rose-Hulman's been pretty good here at Artnet Field. 11-6 at home this year.
I got him. Got him in the foot.
So Florida hit by the pitch. He'll get an RBI for his pain as Glimko trots across to score. Gonna bring Ty Suker back up. And I believe we're going to have some changes. Yep, looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll take a short break, be right back. You're watching Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Welcome back to Terre Haute. We're in the top half of the 8th inning, and DePauw has laid their claim to this one as they now lead 12-6 over Rose-Hulman. And we have another new pitcher in for the Engineers, number 13, Jonathan Oliger, sophomore from Dalton City, Illinois, went to Mount Zion High School. And he will face Ty Suker to start things off. It's the 6th pitcher of the night for the Engineers. Starts things off with ball one. So nothing but trouble for Evan Chung tonight. This one lifted to left, fairly deep, could be trouble, and it is off the wall. Here comes one, 2 runs will score. Play at the plate, but he is going to make it. The ball slips away. However, the next runner will stop at third. So a 2-run double for Ty Suker, and it's now 14-6. Goodness. Welcome to the game, Mr. Oliger. He got shelled on the first one there.
Yeah, that ball was hit on a line.
There's some, this is nothing but padding the stats now for the Tigers tonight. Drew Straub steps in. He's walked 3 times and scored a run. That one a little low for ball one.
You'd like to get that first out.
It'd be nice, yeah. It's that one fouled away. This one grounded back to Oliger. Holds the runner, tosses to first. Good play there. First out of the inning. Good job to look over and freeze the runner at third. I believe that's Florida down at third and Suker on second. And now we're back to the top of the order once again The 9th batter of the inning, Hunter Herbeck. Do you remember getting many 6 at-bat games?
No, not too many. I was happy if I got 5.
Herbeck's 3 for 5. Scored 2 runs. He also has 2 RBIs.
That kind of day will raise your average.
One fouled off. If it got your truck, it just rolled into it.
Yeah.
I think you're all right. So we flirted with this problem, and now we're probably going to run into it. What do you do? As that one's chopped back to Oliger. He scoops it up and can't do anything with it.
I think you just let that one hopefully bounce foul.
Yeah, I mean, he's questioning Busboom. I'm not sure what he wanted Busboom to do. So another run scores. And another RBI for Herbeck. That's 3 on the night for him.
So he's 4 for 6, is that right?
4 for 6, yeah.
And
3 singles and a double. Got runners on the corners and still just 1 out. And here's Carter Knoll, who led off the inning with a single and then scored. Takes strike 1. Anyway, what I was asking is, where do you put the next at bat? Because they only give you 1 line for the inning.
I guess you
I'm
just,
about to wad this up and throw it out the window.
Yeah, I guess you just go to the next inning, cross it out, and move it to the next box. But that was one thing I was never good at.
I
was
figured
usually
I'd
playing.
give it a shot. But
Yeah, there was usually guys in the dugout that weren't playing that kept the stats.
Knoll pops one towards left. That will be caught. Runner tags. He's going to make a dash for home, and he will make it as the throw's offline. There goes Herbeck down to second. He's thrown out, so the run will count because he made it before the final out there. Herbeck thrown out at second. So we are going to head to the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Rose-Hulman Baseball on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
and there's fish everywhere. Oh, and snapping turtles. For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com. Oh, that's gross.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley
with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
Welcome back to Rose-Hulman, bottom of the 8th inning. It is now a 10-run DePauw lead, 16-6 on 15 hits as they went ham bananas there in the 8th on Rose. Batting around, I think 10 men took to the plate, and they put 7 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, DePauw has just done a great job of squaring these Rose-Hulman engineers up tonight. I mean, what they got? 15, 6. I'm trying to see. Is that 16?
15 hits,
Wow.
16 runs.
That's a lot of hits. You don't lose too many games with that many hits.
Well, they had 5 hits just in the last inning. So Rose-Hulman just trying to maybe bring this back to being respectable now. As I'm trying to see, is that still Boyer in there?
Nobody's told us of a pitching change, but yeah, you're right.
They're still. I don't think that's Boyer. That's
I think
38.
it says 38 or 39.
These guys are over here arguing about whether he gets an
39.
RBI for that. 39. I don't know how to say this last name. Nate Tinsa?
Nate Tinsa.
Let's go with that. He's a 6 foot, 180-pound freshman from Louisville, Kentucky. And I apologize if I said his name wrong. T-E-N-C-Z-A. I'm going to go with Tinsa.
Yep. It's
Yeah, you got that, yeah.
Tinsa.
Tinsa, sorry. That one fouled away. I believe that's Frakes leading off the 8th inning here for the Engineers. Oh, nice little breaking ball. 1 and 2 on Frakes. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, and scored twice. Ooh, about got him again. This guy's a magnet tonight. So I'm starting to get the theory that maybe they just try to intimidate people.
Yeah.
We'll just come out and throw at them.
Just kind of brush him back a little bit. That ball.
That bounced about 5 feet in front of the plate.
Yeah, he threw that one about 55 feet.
So a full count to Frakes. And that one fouled off towards a certain pickup truck down the right field line. I'm going to run that joke in the ground. We're going to start getting messages on there about. Full count offering ripped into right center field, and there's a base hit. That's going all the way to the wall.
No.
Frakes will stop at second with a leadoff double.
That's what I was going to say. No sense trying to stretch that to a triple. You're down 10 runs. You need as many base runners as you can. So great choice there by coach to hold him up to second base.
So that'll bring up Deckard. Deckard's been hit by a pitch, singled, scored, and has a stolen base. Swing and a miss, strike one. Deckard just 3 RBIs on the season. I'd like to see him bump that up a little bit right here. That one's inside. I believe this is the 6th pitcher of the night for DePauw. Oh, said he went.
Yep.
One, two now to Blake Deckard. Stays alive with that one. We'd like to quickly thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Great Dane Trailers, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy in Brazil, Riddell National Bank, Luce State Farm Insurance in Clinton, Indiana, Mossy Oak, Serve Pro, and York Automotive. Having a low one in.
It looked like a curveball. He throws that curveball pretty hard. It's got a sharp break on it.
Two to Deckard. Runner on second, nobody out. boy, he was
I
on
even
that.
flinched. I knew it couldn't get to me, and somehow I still like leaned to the left like it was gonna fly past me.
We got 2 nets and a pane of glass. I would hope not, but
Chalk that up to my cat-like reflexes.
there you go. Deckard chops one out to third, scooped up, fired over to first, and in time. Runner stays put. That'll bring up Jonathan Oliger. Or no, excuse me. We've got I forgot they told us there was a change. So now batting for Rose-Hulman, number 3, Michael Stenger, 6'2", 195-pound sophomore out of Westlake, Ohio.
Let's hope he hits a stinger.
Yeah. Stenger, this is his second at-bat of the year.
Oh.
He's 0 for 1. And that's all I've got. So it's good to see him get a little playing time here.
Yeah. Wanted to pull the trigger there, but just couldn't do it.
You don't get to play that much. You want to see more than 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Oh, and way up there, 2-1 now. Got some pretty good stuff coming up on the Indiana Sports Network, so stay tuned. This Saturday, we mentioned Anderson right here to face Rose, 11:45 a.m. airtime. Ball 3 to Stenger. Next Tuesday, got our high school baseball game of the week. Western Indiana Conference matchup. Sullivan at Northview. Be heading over to your neck of the woods in Brazil. I went there too. I don't know why I said your neck of the woods.
Our neck of the woods.
Our neck of the woods. Stenger swings and misses. And then next Friday, the big north-south battle will be at Terre Haute North for that one. A big Conference Indiana matchup there too. Full count to Stenger, and he will draw base on balls. So he still only has 1 plate appearance this season. So
That north
one
south
official at bat, I
right.
guess.
That north-south game, is that the glove game or was that a conference game? They have that glove game, and I think Terre Haute South has the glove.
Well, they actually play, I think, this Friday, too, at South, and then they
Okay.
play next Friday at North, if I've got that right. But, yeah, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I know South's still looking for their first conference win of the year. They're 0-3.
Yeah, they're a little down this year. I know Northview handled them pretty easy.
So, anyway, after that, the following Sunday, May 7th, that'll be the last time we see these guys in action. Manchester will be here for a doubleheader starting at noon on Sunday, May 7th. So if you can't make it out to the ballpark, tune in. And then May 9th, we've got West Vigo at North Vigo, and then we round out the baseball season May 12th with Terre Haute North at Northview. That should be a pretty good one. Stepping in now for Rose-Hulman is Cade Klein. Klein has reached base once. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He does have an RBI.
You like seeing a local kid playing college ball. That's especially so close to home.
Klein lifts one to left, kind of a lazy fly. 2 away. As Coulter Rodak steps in. To really pay attention when you say his full name. Rodak comes to us from Lafayette, Colorado. He went to Regis Jesuit High School. I just like saying all these different things. It's fun. Here's the 0-1 on Rodak. Evens the count. He's reached twice tonight. He walked in the first and then had that RBI triple back in the sixth.
Yeah, you'd like to see Rodak get on base somehow, whether it's a hit or a walk. And
excuse me, he was also hit by pitch and scored back in the fourth.
Yeah, you just want to get Krajewski up there with a chance of bases loaded and at least, like you said, make this game respectable again.
It's been a long and difficult night for the Engineers so far. DePauw put up 4 in the third, 4 in the sixth, and 7 in the eighth. Now 2-2 count on Rodak. Swing and a miss, and that's going to do it for the eighth inning. So we will head to the top of the ninth. DePauw leads Rose-Hulman 16-6. We'll be right back on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner.
Well, that was the ball game, folks. It ends mercifully 16-6. DePauw takes down Rose-Hulman. And Brad, it was a pretty rough one to stomach there tonight.
Yeah, it was. I mean, again, you got to give the DePauw Tigers credit. They hit the ball. They pitched by committee. The what was it? With the 6 pitchers?
Yeah,
5
6
pitchers.
for both sides, actually.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, when you're saving your pitching for conference play and you're having to, you know, just use your younger or non-conference starters, they just got to hope that they keep everything, you know, keep the hitters off balance and keep them at bay. And the DePauw Tigers did that today, and unfortunately the Fighting Engineers had a little bit more of a difficult time doing that. So hence the 16-6 score.
Well, I'm not sure I've got the energy to go up and down this lineup and name all the RBIs and all that stuff, so we're probably going to skip all that jazz. But we would like to thank our sponsors one more time for tonight. Great Dane Trailers, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Luce State Farm Insurance, Mossy Oak Properties, ServPro, and York Automotive. Your camera operators for tonight's game were Kanan Harper and Noah Gastineau. Our video technician, Keith Lawson. As always, we're produced and directed by Mr. Tony Harper. I'd like to thank you, Brad Pierce, for joining me tonight. I'm Troy Wilseen. It was a rough one at the old ballpark here tonight, but hopefully the Engineers can come back Saturday bigger and better than ever. Remember, they're still very much in contention to make the conference tournament. So, anyways, we'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight. Your final score, DePauw 16, Rose-Hulman 6. This has been a production of the Indiana Sports Network, LLC, and we thank you for watching.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.